The American Senate is like the saucer in which the boiling tea of the house is cool. Elucidate and make a comparison with the Senate of Pakistan and the 1973 Constitution. Answer. Profile picture. The American Senate is like the saucer in which the boiling tea of the house is cool. Elucidate and make a comparison with the Senate of Pakistan and the 1973 Constitution. View other drafts. The American Senate is often described as the saucer in which the boiling tea of the house is cool. This is a metaphor for the Senate's role in slowing down and deliberating over legislation that has passed the House of Representatives. The House is the most popular chamber of Congress with members elected every 2 years. This makes it more responsive to the public mood but also more susceptible to passing legislation quickly and without much deliberation. The Senate, on the other hand, has members who are elected to terms. This gives them more time to learn about their issues and to build relationships with their colleagues. The Senate also has a number of procedural rules that make it more difficult to pass legislation, such as the filibuster rule, which allows a single senator to block a vote on a bill. The Senate's role as a cooling saucer is important for a number of reasons. First, it helps to ensure that legislation is and that all sides of an issue have been heard. Second, it can help to prevent the passage of legislation that is popular in the short term but harmful in the long term. Third, it can help to build consensus and compromise, which is essential for a functioning democracy. The Senate of Pakistan and the 1973 Constitution has some similarities to the American Senate in its role as a cooling saucer. The Pakistani Senate is the upper house of parliament and its members are elected to terms. The Senate also has a number of procedural rules that make it more difficult to pass legislation, such as the requirement that a bill be passed by both houses of parliament and signed by the president. However, there are also some important differences between the two Senates. The American Senate is composed of 2 senators from each state regardless of population. This gives equal representation to all states regardless of size. The Pakistani Senate, on the other hand, is composed of senators who are elected from each province and territory in proportion to its population. This gives more representation to the larger provinces. Another difference is that the American Senate has a number of important powers that the Pakistani Senate does not. For example, the American Senate has the power to confirm presidential appointments and ratify treaties. The Pakistani Senate does not have these powers. Overall, the American Senate and the Pakistani Senate have some similarities in their roles as cooling saucers, but there are also some important differences. The American Senate has more power and is more evenly balanced between states, while the Pakistani Senate is more representative of the country's population.